Bobby Mason is commonly referred to as the mayor of music in Aspen. For almost 50 years, Bobby has been the music icon in Aspen, playing with both national and local music legends, as well as generously donating his talent for the greater good of the community. Bobby's twin legacies are his deep love for music and the people of Aspen. Born in Arizona, Bobby knew as a child that music would be his calling. Beginning at age 3 playing the ukulele, he soon moved on to the guitar, writing and singing.
I was 14, sophomore in high school, and somebody called me, and they were playing at this bar in Lakewood, California. So my dad drew a mustache on me. My mother put my dad's shirt and coat on me, which is hysterical because, little skinny kid. And I went down and played there. And that was one of my first paying jobs. I think we got paid something like $75 or something like that. And I thought, think of the money.
He had developed a well-established professional career in Southern California when he arrived in Aspen in 1969 for a 2-week gig.
I was in a group called the Happy Medium, and some guy came in, and he says, I have a place in Aspen, Colorado. Would you like to play there? By the second week, I looked at the bass player, and I says, I'm home.
Quickly seduced by the beautiful mountains, budding music scene, and the people who would become his family, Bobby knew he would be moving to Aspen.
I did it because it was crazier here than in Hollywood.
As he settled into Aspen, the burgeoning live music scene took off, and Bobby found himself playing with the likes of John Denver, the Eagles, Jimmy Buffett, Kenny Loggins, and countless others.
There's always been a great live music thing going on. We were playing down at the Blue Moose, and this guy comes in and says, oh my God, you guys need to make an album. Your songs are great. And it was Jimmy Buffett. That's how I met him down at the Blue Moose. So we've been friends for a long time. And John Denver came in about the 70 or 71, playing at the Leather Jug out in Snowmass. We were all just musicians trying to make it. Even the Eagles, they were just starting out on their first time out as a band, decided to call themselves the Eagles. So I would sit in almost every night with them at the gallery. I could not have done that any other place. Playing in Aspen.
Oh, here was a guy that had been around. Here was a guy that wound up playing with a whole lot of people whose names one knows and never got carried away with it. Never got, what's the expression, a big head about it. He always stayed down to earth.
The small-town intimacy of Aspen also lent itself to other opportunities for Bobby.
The people that were doing the Jeep commercial came down every night to watch me playing at Patty Bugotti's. So I got a call from the head guy there in New York and said, do you want to try out for the Jeep commercial? So I was the voice of Jeep for 3.5 years. There's a feeling you can get only in a Jeep. If I was trying out for that in New York or LA or Chicago, I would never have gotten it.
Bobby also toured extensively with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and then formed his own band, Starwood.
It was a great band. It was, we still have fun with it. We just played 3 times this summer with some of the existing members. And we played the songs the way they're played. So it was really fun.
And the captain said, celebrate, sail, go to the only island where a pirate can be free. 7 ships we met, and we split them wide open, and the booties of old nowadays
His light shines brightest in Aspen, though, where he is truly the heart and soul of the local music scene. He found genuine joy, collaborating and performing with every notable local musician in town. He played music and produced records with locals John Michel, Michael Jude, Terry Bannon, J.D. Martin, Don Henley, Glenn Frey, Dan Sheridan, Ellen Stapenhorst, and many more.
If you're in a band with Bobby, or if you're on stage with Bobby, or if you're sitting around with guitars with Bobby, he draws out of you what you love to do, and that's a real prized thing to have in one's life.
Throughout his years in Aspen, Bobby generously gifted his talent and time to fundraising for local nonprofits. Among them are Aspen Junior Golf, Aspen Valley Ski and Snowboard Club, Aspen Camp School for the Deaf, Aspen Historical Society, Independence Pass Foundation, Lift Up, Pathfinders, Aspen Chapel, Pitkin County Senior Services, Response, Grassroots, and many more. Also, he has never missed an opportunity to perform a benefit for a sick friend or stranger, celebrate a marriage, or help mourn the passing of a loved one at a funeral.
I was working at the Red Onion in the early days. A mother of this girl that worked there, she said, you know, my daughter's got cancer, and I don't know what we're going to do. So there was something about that. I thought, well, you don't have to stand alone on this, you know. So I think this, as I remember, this is one of the first that really grabbed me of what it felt like to say, well, put something together. So I called all the musicians and said, you want to do a benefit for this girl? We raised something like $60,000. The feeling I got from that was amazing, that we are a family.
You know, I can't even tell you how many times Bobby played a benefit for somebody or something. They're uncountable. And he's always given freely of his talent and his time and his joy. And he always made people feel good when he showed up to play, no matter what the context was.
You know, he's the first guy to say, yeah, sure, I'll do a benefit, or I'll help you with this, or let's do something, you know, and that's kind of where he comes from, I think.
He is especially proud of the 26 years of sobriety he has maintained.
I had gotten to a place where I couldn't stop taking drugs or drinking. And the doctor said to me, if you keep going, you had less than 6 months to live. And I said, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm gonna quit. And realized that then I went into rehab. And it's been really tough, and it's been really beautiful.
He has guided numbers of his friends through the 12 steps and continues to support anyone in need. Bobby's impact on the recovery community is profound.
I think he was very inspirational to people who were afraid of getting vulnerable. He had opened up himself, and as a guy, he was very inspirational to other guys who I think it was particularly scary to be that vulnerable emotionally. And he was just a huge inspiration in that way, but also a support for people.
I love working with people in a 12-step program, or having sponsees or people call. I will always be there. You know, that's my promise.
Bobby Mason is a big presence with an equally large voice and heart. His incredible music talent is matched by his sweet and humble nature, as evidenced by the 48 years legacy he has created in Aspen.
You could feel his heart, always. He's got just an amazing heart. And I think that's probably always really been a huge part of who he is. He's a real pillar and part of this, the heart of this place.
It will always be home, even if I'm not living here at the time. But it'll always be my home. And the people, you know, they're amazing. So I have received way more than I've given. Love starts here, 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 here.